Soft wind, eerie silence. Right bracket dot dot in the forgotten corners of the world. There are places untouched by time, places where footsteps echo louder than they should, and shadows stretch just a little too long. Tonight, Alia would walk into one of those places. Alia had traveled far, following fragments of rumors about a town where time no longer behaved like time. As she stepped past the broken gates, a thick curtain of fog swallowed her whole. Her lantern flickered weakly, as if even its flame feared what lay ahead. Abandoned houses leaned toward her like tired giants, windows shattered, doors hanging loose. Not a voice, not a whisper, only the distant hum of a clock tower glowing faint blue in the darkness. Her breath froze for a moment. That tower, it's real, she whispered. The same tower from the legends. The tower that, according to old stories, had the power to rewind time itself. But legends never mentioned why the town was abandoned, or what lived inside the tower now. Seeking answers, Alia pushed open the doors of an old library. The air inside was heavy with dust, as if the room had been untouched for decades, or centuries. Books lay scattered across the wooden floor, pages yellowed, edges burnt, some still glowing faintly with blue runes. She searched, desperate for clues, and then she found it. A thick leather-bound book, its cover cracked, and symbols carved into it pulsing with a faint supernatural light. Inside, she discovered the story she feared. A guardian once lived inside the tower, the clock keeper, a hooded figure bound to maintain the balance of time. But something had gone terribly wrong. A ritual, a mistake, a punishment. The clock keeper became trapped between seconds, forever rewinding the moments before his own doom. His torment spread through the entire town, pulling everything backward, again and again and again. Alia swallowed hard. If he's trapped, maybe I can set him free. But the book didn't tell her how. It only warned. If the tower rewinds 3 times, the world around it will collapse into a loop with no end. Suddenly, boom! The ground shook beneath her feet. Alia raced outside, lantern swinging wildly. She looked up and her heart stopped. The massive hands of the clock tower were spinning backward, so fast they blurred. Blue lightning crawled across the stone walls, cracking them open. Fog twisted upward, pulled by an unseen force. A wave of cold air slammed into her. She shielded her face, fighting to stand as the entire town shuddered. Then everything snapped. A loud chime echoed through the air. The first rewind had begun. At first, she thought the fog was shifting wrong, but then it stepped forward. A small, transparent child appeared in front of her, eyes empty, clothes flickering between eras. More figures emerged. Dozens, hundreds, ghosts trapped in different times, overlaying each other like broken reflections. They moved around her, but none seemed aware she existed. The town was replaying its past. Lives that once existed, moments that never completed, echoing in an endless loop. Alia felt tears sting her eyes. These weren't monsters. They were victims, people pulled backward again and again, unable to rest. Please, she whispered, we'll fix this. But time did not listen. Then the temperature fell. Icicles formed instantly on window frames. The wind died. Even the ghosts froze mid-motion. A tall silhouette stood in the tower doorway, cloaked, motionless, eyes glowing cold blue through the shadow beneath the hood. The clock keeper, he raised a hand, revealing a pocket watch that pulsed with swirling energy, its glow matching the tower's. When he spoke, his voice was barely a whisper, yet it echoed like thunder. You should not have come. Alia stepped forward, trembling yet determined. I came to help you. The keeper tilted his head. Help? Me? His voice cracked, as if unused for centuries. You're trapped, she said softly. And so is this town. The keeper remained silent, but for the first time, his glowing eyes softened. Without warning, the air rippled. Buildings shifted shape. The sky bent inward. The entire town flickered like a dying candle flame. The second rewind had begun. One more, and time would collapse completely. Alia raced up the tower stairs, each step vibrating beneath her. Gears spun backward beside her, casting warped shadows against the stone at the top. The clock keeper stood waiting. The tower groaned violently. Cracks spread across the floor. Alia lifted her lantern, its light turning gold, warm, alive. She spoke loudly over the roaring storm. "You don't have to keep rewinding. Let me try. Let me help end this." The keeper hesitated for a moment. Time slowed. He lowered the pocket watch and placed it in her trembling hands. The tower exploded with light, but something was different. The ghostly villagers vanished. The fog settled. The clock hands stopped at midnight, perfectly still, silent. The pocket watch lay on the floor, its blue glow fading softly. Free at last, the clockkeeper was gone, whether freed or erased from existence. Alia would never know. As dawn broke, she walked away from the quiet town. The sun rose behind her, gentle, warm, real. She took a deep breath. For the first time in centuries, time was moving forward again, and she was the one who saved it.